So hello and welcome to everyone on Power Pro Academy. In this video, we are going to cover the table component of our application, which is Governance Hub. Yes, this is the playlist where we are covering a dynamic yet professional Canvas application from scratch, and we are going to make it on the way of a professionalism. So, in our previous video, we have seen that how can we create a dynamic sidebar. Then we have created the top of our main screen where we can see the search bar and three options for the notification, and also there is one button for the profile. Now, in our second video, we created our data cards where we can see the insights or the overall insights of our data. Now, in this video, we are going to see how we can create the dynamic table components where we can see the status bar, the compliance score. So how we can create these things? So let's not doing much delay. Let's just jump out in our Power App Studio and let's get started. So here, as you can see, we have in our Power App Studio, and I have created that particular table component in it. Now we will see that how this particular component will made and how can you create that into our Canvas application. Okay, so as we know, let me just increase the size so it will be beneficial for you guys. Okay, so as we can see here, we have a main component over there, and our main screen is particular vertical container. We have aligned all these items vertically in it. Now let's talk about our container where the table component are there. So in the table component, as we can see, we have three vertical components inside it. The first one where we can see the labels of the project portfolio and the buttons, which is horizontally aligned. The next one is the table header, which is also horizontally aligned. And the third one is the gallery, which we are going to introduce in this video. Now, how we have to create it? So as you can see, first of all, we have taken one vertical component because there are three subcomponents and they are vertically aligned. After that, what we did is in that particular vertical container, we have taken one more container inside it. And in this container, this is also the vertical one. Now, what we have to do is after taking that particular container, because we have to manage the width or the padding, so that's why I have taken that particular container over there. You can use your mind instead of that. Now, after that, what I did is I have added the first container, which is the top container, generally aligned for the table label, and the buttons over there which are horizontally aligned. So that's why this container is going to be the horizontal one. So in that particular container, what we have to put is the first one is the label, and because there we can see there are a main label and the sub label. So for that I have taken one vertical container, and in this vertical container I have placed two labels or the two consecutive labels. You don't need to create this component, you just have to copy it from there. You can see we have created this over there on the top of the main screen. Now just you have to copy that and paste it over there and just change the namings over there. Now after the container label, we have certain containers over there generally for the buttons. So the first one is all. Now how we created these buttons? So as you can see, this container is horizontal container. Why? Because we have to align the icon and the label in that particular button. That's why we have taken the horizontal container over there. Now, what's inside it? So inside it, as we can see, there is one image, which is generally a logo, and the label, which is all. This is as same as every button, the active button, the at risk button, and also for the add project button. We have just changed the color of the add project button, but everything else just the same. So that's how we have created the top header, or the top header of the table component. Now, after this, what we have to do is we have to create one more container, which is generally the horizontal container for the headers. And in that particular header, what we did, we have just aligned these labels in it. So it will be look like that, okay, these are the headers of the table. So we have apply all these labels just as the header of the table. Now, after that, what we did is, so there are all the labels that we have created, and after that we have added one gallery over there. And in the gallery, we have just passed the project table, which is the project management table of ours, and I have sorted it. Basically, I have sorted it by the project name. So you can see the project are in the ascending order now. Now, there are things that we have covered in it. We have placed certain labels over there. So you can directly place the labels over there, and you can call it by this item dot column name. So you can get the values here. Same for the project owner. Now, let's come to status, that how we created these badges for the status and how they are generally different in every row. So let me just click on that particular badge button. So here we go. Okay, so this is the container of the badge button. Let me just show you. So this is the main container of the badge button, and how we are creating that particular badge button is, this is badge button, this is the image, and this is the label. Now you can see that the button that are into the top are same as like this. The only difference is that we have just give it a background color, and we have increases the border radius for that particular container. Now, the main thing which makes it dynamic is the color changing property. So how we did that particular thing? So as I select the container over there and went to the fill property, then you can see I have created some condition over there. Like if the this item dot status equals to on hold, then you have to give it this particular color, which is usually the yellow color. Now, if this item dot status is completed, then you have to give it green, and if the status is at risk, you have to give it to the red, and otherwise give it to blue, which is the active one. So this is how we are creating the dynamic color combination between the badges. Now this is same for the images of the circles and the font color, which is generally showing it up there. So this is the only uh, logic that we are implementing with those three colors over there. So that's how we have created the status badge in that particular table. Now the start date is the same for the this item dot start date and this item dot end date. Now let's come to the visualization of the compliance score. So how we created that particular thing? So for that, we have taken one container, which is generally the horizontal container. Now, what we did here is we added one more container in it. Now, what is the logic there? So if I take you to the width of that particular container, I have created the value this item dot compliance score. And what is coming over there is generally the compliance score, which is 50 in that particular for that particular row. So if the compliance score is 50, it is generally showing the 50% of the width, whereas the first container has the 100% of the width. So if the compliance score is 50 or 70 or 97, it is generally increased or decreased in that particular same manner. So it will look and give us a feel that this is something that filling and not filling. So that's how we can create these type of visualization uh, in the canvas application. Now the color thing. So for that color thing, let me just show you how we are changing that particular colors. So this is for also. So in the status, we are checking the things uh, onto the string, but here we are comparing the values or the numbers over there. So that's how we are changing the color on the basis of the numbers over there. So this is the overall thing for that particular visualization, which is the compliance score. Now for the action, we have taken one container, and in that particular container I have taken the image or the logo for the edit property, and this is how we have created a dynamic yet professional table component in our application. You can also create these visualization by your own. Just go through these videos and you can create your own perfect dynamic power app applications. Now let's see how it is looking when we are going to play it. So let's just play it and you can see that this looks very beautiful yet professional. So you can see the projects that you have. You can filter those things. You can add new project in it. You can edit a particular project and you are seeing all of the information directly into that particular table component. You can also scroll onto the particular projects and you can select anything from there only. So this is how a professional project management application will look like. So this is the first page that we have created for now. Now we have to create the actions in that particular dashboard, like when we are writing something here, it should be filter the project portfolios. We can see the notifications over there when we are adding, deleting the projects over there. In the setting, we can do some of the things. We can also create one drop down related to the user profile. There we have to implement the filtrations, like if we are selecting on the active button, then it only shows the active project within the status. If I am clicking on the all, then it's showing all the product to me. So these kind of things we are going to do in our next video. So stay tuned and we will see you in the next video. Till then, goodbye. Happy coding.